with the huge amount of material that you had to start with, was it a case of when you were ingesting all this material, putting it in the timeline, lining it all up in the Avid, was it like chipping away until the jewel was?
Not at all. No, there was no assembly edit per se. The film just rolled forward. And of course, when it was in its final place, I went back and tweaked things, but it was really like a puzzle. And I couldn't do, but unlike a jigsaw puzzle where you can work on different sections at different times, I had this script when I went into the edit room. So I wasn't trying to find the movie in the edit room, but I didn't have the shots in the script per se. And figuring out how to get moment to moment in the film was a bit traumatic at times. Because there was very few rules to choose from. If you're cutting fiction and you're trying to wonder what your next shot is, you generally have like a multicam up on the screen with 4 different shots that you can choose from. You know, every moment there was an opportunity to invite, you know, one of 5 million elements onto the screen. So it was, and you know, because of the non-linear and the kind of nature of the film and the kind of alchemy of the film, anything was possible.
And did your kind of overarching vision for the film change as you worked through that process?
I don't think my vision for what type of experience I was seeking evolved much. I mean, it really was rooted in adventures I had with movies, seminal sort of cinematic experiences I had mainly in my teenage years, like seeing The Wall 5 times in a row the week it opened when I was 14. And the thing about The Wall that just struck me at that age, sort of like the French New Wave, was it was like anything goes. And you walked out theater going, you know, like, what did I just see? Same way I felt with Fantasia, and same way I felt when I saw Repo Man opening night, the Alex Cox film, which, if you know that film, imagine walking in totally cold, no idea what you're going to see other than there's Black Flag music. And then the cars flying off at night. And like, I love that sort of adventurous cinema, you know, that sort of works outside the lines. So that was always part of the hope, was that we would create something that was sublime and emotional at the same time. I guess the narrative of impermanence and transience was something that I wasn't aware of until I got into the research. And it was, you know, only through, I think, the 2 years of investigation that I arrived on that as the through line. And then also this idea that the film ended up becoming a kind of life-affirming sort of roadmap to how to lead the most balanced and fulfilling life. That was not something that I was thinking about when I approached the estate. As you know, I didn't think there was any moral or anything that I was going to deliver. And through, but you know, after opening myself to David for the 2 years, that was the story that presented itself to me.